In this video, I'm going to go through the trailer shot by shot and compare it to what we see in the actual game. You're seeing the first two shots of the trailer now. Guess what? Neither of these shots is in the game. The first one is a zoom out of the graveyard during the first night. There's no scene like that. Same with the slow pan of the empty town square, although you can recreate it by moving the camera like this. This is the audio that plays during those two shots.
Salem. A town this old is bound to have some unbelievable stories.
The dialogue is taken from the first conversation with Lauren. In context, it looks like this.
Why does everyone think there are ghosts out here?
A town this old is bound to have some unbelievable stories.
The first word Lauren says is Salem.
Salem.
I don't know where that comes from. Here are the two times I heard Lauren say Salem in the game, but neither one matches the trailer's audio perfectly.
First woman in Salem to be accused of being a witch.
Anything to drink?
Salem's finest.
The next shot is of the Hawthorne House. It must be from the first night of the game, since that's the only time there's a slow close-up to the house. In the game, there's no fog and the colors are different. Here's what it looks like. The next shot is the house on fire. That's not in the game at all. The closest we get is the title screen, which looks like this. The logo is the same in the game and the trailer. Here's the trailer, followed by the game. The shot of the car is taken from the first scene with Deirdre. Here's the trailer, followed by the game.
I appreciate you coming here, Drew. I appreciate you coming here, Drew.
I'm just glad you...
The next part is from the same part of the game, but the dialogue is tweaked. Here's the trailer, then the game.
What can you tell me about where the fire happened?
It's called the Hawthorne House.
What can you tell me about this historic mansion?
It's called the Hawthorne House, and it's old.
The shot of the house is from later in the scene. Here's what it looks like in the game.
Was anyone hurt?
Happened in the middle of the night. No one was there, thankfully.
The next line is tweaked as well. Here's the trailer, followed by the game.
And now my cousin May is suspected of committing arson on the most important historic mansion in Salem. And now May is suspected of committing arson on the most important historic mansion in Salem. And I know it's not true.
The next shot of May must be from the final puzzle room, but the zoom in on May is different. Here's the trailer, followed by the game.
Of committing...
There's the newspaper in the trailer. Here in the game, there's a different headline and a different picture of May. This shot is going up the stairs inside Hawthorne House. The roof is visible. Here's the same shot in the game. The roof is not visible. There are a few screens of text which are only in the trailer, obvi. It'd make no sense if the game encouraged players to buy the game. The next shot is arriving at the Perry house. Here's the trailer, followed by the game.
Can I ask some questions?
Here's where that line of dialogue comes from.
So, can I ask some questions?
Like anyone could stop you.
We have a shot of the jigsaw puzzle. That's in the game. You can do the jigsaw puzzle almost anywhere. Then we have a shot of Tegan taken from her first conversation. Here's the trailer, then the game.
I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May. Look, I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May.
Then May gets angry at you. She says this.
Nancy Drew, you're just like everyone else. Just want a front seat to the freak show.
I have no idea where the dialogue comes from. There is some dialogue towards the end of the game, which is similar.
You're just like everyone else. Cops, lawyers, the whole town. They all say they want to help, but they just want a front seat to the freak show.
As for the video, it could be any of the conversations with May. She's mildly angry whenever she talks to you. Then we have some dialogue with Alicia. Here's the trailer.
What is happening to this town? It used to be such a safe place.
The dialogue comes from this part of the game.
Unbelievable. You know, I've started asking myself, what is happening to this town? It used to be such a safe place.
The video comes from this part of the game.
The evidence Detective Girl brought up will stick. And this? Seriously? This is the kind of stuff I have to deal with?
Then we get some audio from the phone call with Nancy's dad. Here's the trailer, then the game.
I have a bunch of alibis, but I'm missing something.
How's the case coming along?
Not well. I have a bunch of alibis, but I'm missing something.
This shot is from the evidence room, although there's no point in the game where the camera pans across the room. We have the drawer puzzle. Here's the trailer, then the game.
You can't find proof of a living...
Easy.
Olivia talks for a while. She says this.
Can't find proof of a living soul present at the house the night it burned. Maybe the culprit wasn't among the living?
The audio and part of the video comes from the second day of the game. It looks like this.
Let me guess. You can't find proof of a living soul present at the house the night it burned. Maybe the culprit wasn't among the living?
This shot is taken from the cutscene where Olivia is introduced. Here's the trailer, then the game.
That's so cool.
This shot is during the wavelength puzzle on day 2. We have the spooky scene in the graveyard, but the audio gets moved around. Here's the trailer, then the game.
You hear it? I hear it. Who is it? Who's there? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Shh, do you hear it? Hear... Shh, hear what? I don't hear anything. I hear it. Who is it? Who's there? Where?
Lauren asks you a question. Here's the trailer, then the game.
Do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts?
The footage of Lauren comes from here.
What are you doing here?
This terrifying scarecrow is from a jump scare. Here's the trailer, then the game. This is the start of the second night. Here's the trailer, then the game.
I didn't tell you everything. So I didn't tell you everything.
We have a shot of Lauren. Here's the trailer, then the game.
This is how I remember my ancestors. This shop is how I remember my ancestors.
The close-up of Lauren isn't in the game. The camera never gets that close to her from that angle. The shot of flipping through the book is from the game, though. Then we have dialogue from when you enter the courthouse in day 3. Here's the trailer, then the game.
You saying they're all witches?
I'm saying it's Salem.
Are you saying they're all witches, or that this is a witch hunt?
I'm saying it's Salem.
This shot is in the game. It's looking at an inventory item. The next shot is clicking on the house to get a close-up. Here's the trailer, then the game.
Salem.
Jason says a line. Here's the trailer, then the game.
I think it's about time you head back to wherever you're from, Nancy Drew. I think it's about time you head back to wherever you're from, Nancy Drew. This isn't your problem anymore.
This is the Icosahedron Puzzle, with the camera at a different angle. The Hardys and Olivia arrive at the Perry house. Here in the trailer, we can see their feet. Here in the game, their feet aren't visible. Olivia talks in this shot. Here's the trailer, then the game.
All 3 of us saw something. All 3 of us saw something.
This brief shot is from the scene with the terrifying scarecrow. Here's the trailer, then the game.
Whatever or whoever it is.
This shot of Judge Hawthorne's grave is not in the game. The shots of the clock counting down to midnight aren't in the game. Nancy talks during these shots. The audio comes from the scene where you talk to Deirdre before leaving the house for the first time. Here's the trailer, then the game.
Or whoever it is, there's an explanation. Well, whatever or whoever it is, there's an explanation behind it.
We have a shot of everyone talking in the Perry house where Nancy stands next to Olivia. In the actual game, Nancy stands in the middle of the group. Nancy talks in this shot. Here's the trailer, then the game.
Time's up.
The next shot is Nancy walking up to the Hawthorne House. The trailer adds a lightning bolt in this scene. Here's the trailer, then the game.
We have to go to the Hawthorne House tonight.
As for the audio, it's from here.
We have to go to the Hawthorne House. Tonight.
Tonight?
Next is the scene that plays after you solve the cabinet drawers puzzle. Here's the trailer, then the game.
We go down there, it's going to be all of us. We have to get this will to the judge by the end of the day.
The audio is from later in that cutscene.
If we go down there, it's going to be all of us.
There are 2 shots of the secret passageway being revealed. The first one isn't in the game. You can tell because the passageway is opening, but there's no lantern in the statue's hand. The second shot is kind of there. Here's the trailer, then the game. We have some rocks falling in the passageways. Here's the trailer, then the game.
This place is going to...
Deirdre talks. Here's the trailer, then the game.
This place is going to come down on our heads! This place is going to come down on our heads!
The shot of her talking is taken from this part of the game.
Down on our heads! Well, I could have died if you hadn't saved me.
There's a brief shot of failing this puzzle. Here's the trailer, then the game.
This place is going to come down on our heads!
This shot is entering the last room. Here's the trailer, then the game. This shot is Nancy walking around the graveyard on the 3rd night. Here's the trailer, then the game. This is the Hardys walking up to the Icosahedron Puzzle. Here's the trailer, then the game. And this is the logo. Here's the trailer, then the game. That's it. My breakdown of the trailer compared to the game. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you didn't get sick of me saying, here's the trailer, then the game, over 30 times.